Hey, songwriter, welcome back to At-Home Songwriting. My name is Chad Shank, and this is where you can learn systems and process to write better songs faster. Most people that watch this channel have 0 to 2 hours to write songs each week, and this is part 2 of a 9-part series where I'm giving you an exact process, an exact system on how you can write hit level songs and how you can get your songs closer to that hit level. So, where did this information come from? Well, I have been writing songs for decades. I've been studying songs for decades, and I've been teaching teaching songwriting for a long time. So, I didn't just pull this out of my butt. This is based on studying songs that last long time. You know, the legends, Carole King, Diane Warren, Ryan Tedder, some of the Burt Bacharachs, those types of people. There are systems that work, and there are systems that you can use in your own songwriting to connect with more people. So, step one, if you missed the video, go back and watch it. But step one was finding your emotional sentence, your emotional headline, the emotional hook. What is my song about? So, step two is all about point of view. So, point of view, a lot of you know point of view. You think first, second, third person. Great. You know that it's all about pronouns, it's all about who's talking to who. But this is so crucial in songwriting that I can't stress enough that making these decisions early helps you to avoid confusion, and it helps you get very clear on how you structure your songs. So, point of view in songwriting is all about who is the singer, who are they singing to, and why are they singing it? You know, why does it matter? Why right now? Why is this so important that someone would sing a song about it, right? So remember this. Who's the singer? Who are they? Who are they singing to? And why are they singing it to them now? Those are 3 things to think about. So let's jump in. All right. So jumping in here, I want to stress a concept that I think is very important for you as you think about moving forward in your songwriting journey. And this concept is great songs are not written about something, they are written to someone. I'll say that again. Great songs are not written about something, great songs are written to someone. It's a singer talking to someone, and it's a singer communicating some kind of emotion and some kind of story. So this is a mind shift for a lot of us because I think we start out writing songs more like a story. We start writing it more like a novel, and it's really not about something. It's about what is this singer saying to someone. So keep that in mind. And as you go into step 2 of this 9-step process, and there's more videos coming up with the other steps, but once you have your emotional headline in step 1, the next step is to choose your point of view. So decide who is speaking, who are they talking to, and why are they saying it now? The point of view turns the idea into a conversation. So songs feel more human if they're direct address. So that means the singer talking to a you. The you creates an immediate kind of tension where it feels like the singer is talking to us as the listener or it's talking to someone in their story. And that helps the listener step into that conversation and not just be an observer. So, one of the most common points of view that you have as a writer is the me speaking to you, the first person direct address, right? So I think it's a great place to start, and you won't go wrong if you really master writing in first person direct address. And most hit songs, you know, if you go and look at them, most are going to use that because it feels personal and it sounds like real life. It doesn't feel like poetry. It doesn't feel like we're being read to. It keeps your song focused. And I think this is so important, and why I'm repeating a lot of this is because a lot of us, when we start writing songs, we don't think of it this way. And it's such a subtle meta way of looking at things, but it changes your quality of songwriting when you can keep your song personal, you can keep it real life, and you can keep it focused on the ideas, on that emotional hook that the singer is telling us. And To ask questions or to unlock the point of view, there are questions you can ask. So if you are writing first person, you are kind of taking on the role of the singer, right? So who am I talking to? What do I want from them? And what happens if I don't say this? So as you have your emotional headline, you have your hook line, start to ask these questions in your brainstorming process. Again, we're not quite at the point of writing lyrics yet. We're still just poking around and looking in the windows, trying to see what the song is going to be, right? So, who am I talking to? What do I want from them? And what happens if I don't say this? And another thing to consider is who are you? Are you actually you if you're a singer-songwriter, or are you taking on the persona of another artist if you're writing for another artist? So point of view, it gets kind of, people think it's simple, but it's so important as you are developing your hit level hooks. So the three most common song stances when you are writing, we talked about this in the last video, is you're asking something or asking for something from someone. So asking a question, you're talking to someone, calling them out, or you may be confessing something. You may be stating something. So that point of view helps you get clarity on how that hook line lands. So are you asking for something? Are you calling somebody out? Or are you confessing something? And the asking stance can create vulnerability. It's used for reassurance or clarity. It's often paired with other questions. And the asking the questions really helps to pull the listener closer to the song. Because if I am the singer saying, can you help me? Asking that question, can you help me? The listener becomes the you in some ways, and it pulls them into the song. So these three sort of stances with point of view can help you determine the intimacy level and the vulnerability level of your song. The calling out stance of you did me wrong or that was messed up, that really names a change or it names a problem and it uses observation as evidence and it feels confrontational but controlled, right? So think of a song where you're telling somebody something or you're calling them out on what's happening, like, you don't say you love me anymore, or you close your eyes when we kiss, or you don't close your eyes when we kiss. That's the you've lost that love and feeling start of a song. You don't close your eyes when we kiss. It feels confrontational, but it's controlled and it names a situation and it can help you think about your story a little bit more. And again, we're not at the point of writing lyric yet. We're poking, we're sniffing, we're trying to see where do we take this hook idea and what is the most powerful. And finally, the confession stance, that's where you're really confessing something, getting very vulnerable, you're getting very intimate. It reveals the singer's fears, the doubts, the needs. It's often more inward and private, and it builds emotional trust. That's where you're like, I don't think I can take this anymore. Or I got a new apartment and I'm leaving next week, right? So it's this statement, but it's this confession that pulls us into the story. And I think these little questions and these little exercises that you do throughout this process are really what make you a stronger songwriter. And you should be able to write the stance of your song in one sentence. So these are some little templates, little structures that you can use as you're exploring your hook and your idea. Like, first one, I'm asking you for blank, or I'm calling you out for blank. I'm confessing that blank. These are the roots of what your song is going to become as you work through these 9 steps. So don't move on from this step number 2 until your stance is clear. So make sure that you have decided this is the stance I'm taking with my song. This is the point of view I have. This is the emotional headline that I have. Because if you don't move on, or if you move on, it can really send you down the wrong path in your writing. And we want to avoid that swirl. We want to avoid you getting to the place where you've already been, which is struggling over what to say for months. So don't move on until you have a clear point of view, a clear stance, because this will prevent lyrical drift. It will then guide your verse choices, and it will help make your hook more believable. And I think that's really important because the more clear you can be, the more emotional and the more you can pull your listener into the song. So that is step number 2 in this 9-step process of getting closer to writing hit level songs. Step 1 was find your emotional headline. Step 2 now is find that point of view, find that stance that you're coming at the song from. And now you have 2 steps done. And in the next video, I'm going to talk about step number 3 as you learn this system that you can use over and over again to write songs that connect with your audience and last a long time. So thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.